Shalom again from Interfaithfulness, where we're building bridges, where history builds walls. Today I want to deal with a question that is always very popular. People always want to deal with this question, and that is finding God's clues to His will for your life. People want to know how to find the will of God, especially the will of God for their lives. Does God give us any clues about that? Yes, He does. In fact, I studied with the world's greatest expert on how God develops His leaders and how He develops people. That expert was Bobby Clinton. He taught me at the Fuller Seminary School of Intercultural Studies. And there's Bobby. That picture's not exactly totally recent, but I've got about 26 years of post-high school education. And the courses I took with Bobby are perhaps the most catalytic courses I ever took in my life. His life's work was about mentoring people in the will of God. And I want to share with you some of the things I learned from him, because this is a question that comes up. As a matter of fact, last week I sent out an e-letter called Signals, which I send free of charge to people interested in my work. And I discussed this question, and a number of people made appointments with me. They want to talk with me. And you might want to do that too, and I'll give you information before we get going today, before we leave. I'll give you some information about how you might make an appointment to chat with me about some of these things. But meanwhile, let me give you an outline of just some clues as to how you can begin to zero in on what exactly is God's will for your life. So the first thing you need to get a handle on are your natural abilities. Take a piece of paper, write the word natural abilities on it, and underneath list 3 to 6 things that you are just naturally good at. Maybe you've got a gift of gab. Maybe you've got a great sense of humor. Maybe you're just naturally the kind of person who takes things apart and puts them back together again. Maybe you're very musical. Maybe you're athletic. You're just very physically adept. I don't know what it is, but what are your natural abilities? List them, because your natural abilities are one indicator of what might be a good thing to do with your life and where you ought to be heading. So let's look at the second. Not only natural abilities, but acquired skills. What are some of the things you've learned either by being mentored, by being taken under somebody's wing, by going to school, by formal education, informal education, by experience? What skills have you picked up? For me, music is one of them. I had natural ability of music, but I also went to music school. I went to Manhattan School of Music for 2 degrees. So I play piano. What are your acquired skills? Whatever they are. Cooking, secretarial skills, mathematical skills, athletic skills. What are they? Take that same piece of paper, write the word acquired skills, and underneath list 3 to 6 of your acquired skills. Okay, you're on a roll. Keep going. The next one is spiritual gifts. Spiritual gifts are the things that you do which bring spiritual benefit to the community of people who believe in Yeshua. That's really what it is. The community of people that you hang out with spiritually in your community. What are your spiritual gifts? The things that you do that bring benefit to them. They may be spectacular gifts, and they may be unspectacular gifts. Years ago, I knew of a woman whose husband was an elder in a very cutting-edge fellowship in St. Louis, Missouri, and she felt like she had no spiritual gifts because her husband was a hotshot teacher, and she just didn't look upon herself as a hotshot. But that was a group of people where if somebody phoned them on a Thursday and said that on Friday they were arriving with 35 people in a bus, she could whip together a meal and make sure that the people are well provided for without working up a sweat. She had a spiritual gift of hospitality. What are your abilities which bring benefit to other people? So, and make a list of 3 to 6 of those. Now, when you combine your natural abilities, your acquired skills, your spiritual gifts, that's what's called your giftedness set. And for different people, Different things are the focal point of your giftedness set. Some people are conspicuous in their spiritual gifts. They have a gift of healing, and that kind of predominates in their public persona. Or they may just, Art Katz, may he rest in peace. Any of you who knew him, I knew him. Art Katz, I've never heard anyone so articulate as Art Katz was. He was extraordinary, and that was his leading edge, his natural ability of being extremely articulate. So then finally, one more clue: natural abilities, acquired skills, spiritual gifts, and giftedness drift. What are the responsibilities that you just tend to drift towards? Opportunities come up in your community, and you drift towards certain things. I know people in the congregation that I've been involved with for many years who they have a gift of mercy. If someone is in trouble, if someone is hurting, these people just are like magnetized to this. They have a gift. And so their gifts cause them to magnetize to certain things. What about you? I learned in my 20s that I had a gift of teaching because you give me an opportunity to teach and I'll stay awake all night preparing for it because it's what really rings my chimes. So these 4 clues: discovering your natural abilities, your acquired skills, and your spiritual gifts, and then thinking about what kinds of things you drift towards, this begins to give you a handle on what you were made to be. And that's an important question. So before I go, I want to fulfill my promise to you. I want to give you 2 opportunities. And here they are. The first opportunity is to receive Signals, which is our monthly e-letter, which deals with all kinds of life situations, mostly in terms of your individual life. I did an article on this material in the last issue of Signals. If you want to receive Signals, easy. Write to me, Stuart, at interfaithfulness.org, and for the title of your message, write the word Signals. And I'll put you on our list. Stuart at interfaithfulness.org, title of your message Signals, and we're off and running. That's a freebie. Okay? Second thing, some of you may want to have an exploratory interview with me where we might explore whether I can be of some help to you. And here, let's see where I'll put this. Put this right here. For exploratory interview, go on the web to www.interfaithfulness.org/the-doctor-is-in. www.interfaithfulness.org/the-doctor-is-in. The doctor is in. I'm the doctor. I'm in. And I've got a number of people who've already signed up to speak with me this coming week. I'm looking forward to it. It's something I enjoy doing. Get in touch with me and we'll have an exploratory meeting and see if I can be of some help to you. Okay? Meanwhile, shalom for now, and may God help you to discover His clues for what He wants you to do productively with your life. This is Stuart Dowerman from interfaithfulness.org, where we're building bridges, where history builds walls. Shalom.